3, 2, 1. You can start.
Hello, my name is Don Lyman, and this is my project for the relocation of Mequon School to Manayunk in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You can go to the next slide.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me do one more thing here. Just to make it a little better. This should help. Okay. Now, I'm going to move the mouse while you're talking, so go ahead and start taking us through your site plan.
Okay, so this is the site plan that was developed last semester. The existing parking lot was reused for this site, which is along Ridge Avenue. So you enter the site along Ridge Avenue, and there's the administration building directly in front. There are also, they're called green steps that go down to the stormwater pond, which is along Kelly Drive. To the viewer's left-hand side, that building is considered the undergraduate building with kindergarten to first grade and second to third grade. As you move along through the site, there is the food garden, and there's also an outdoor dining hall. And then the building, if you keep going down towards Kelly Drive, is the upperclassmen building, which is 4th through 6th grade. And it also has the teacher's lounge and the science building, along with an outdoor science building below. And then to the right of the site along Calumet Street is the library and multipurpose building. And then within the center of the site is the playground for the children. It is divided by upperclassmen and lowerclassmen. There's also a basketball court, and then on the intersection of Ridge Avenue and Calumet Street, there is a playground. There's also, they're called Green Hills. They are right next to the parking lot, right in front of the underclassmen building. Those are just pretty much mounds of dirt and grass that the kids can climb on during playtime. And there is also an amphitheater that is located at the intersection of Kelly Drive and Calumet Street. That is for extracting floodwaters when it floods, which it does a lot along Kelly Drive. So that helps extract the water. You can also have, it's also large enough so you can have some kind of outdoor classrooms, and this portion is actually open to the public during certain hours. Along the site, there are a couple of inverted umbrellas. You can see 2 of them right next to the amphitheater. And then you can also see 2 of them which are at the top of the Green Hills. And then there's also one that is in the parking lot. And then we also have rain gardens, which are along Kelly Drive and Ridge Avenue for stormwater collection and extraction as well.
And Dawn, let me just jump in for the outside reviewers. I think, Dawn, what I'd love for you to do, I think you have some perspectives of some of these site elements. I think we'll put a couple in here, maybe on the side or another screen, so they can get a sense of what you're doing.
Okay.
All right, next slide.
Okay.
Go for it.
And then this is just a key plan. So I will be focusing on the 6th grade classroom, which is located right next to the amphitheater, and it is blocked out as the yellow square.
Good. Okay, next.
So this is my floor plan that I have developed for the 6th grade classroom. My idea behind the floor plan is that I wanted to create an indoor and outdoor space. So I wanted to create an patio for the students so there could be outdoor learning, and it also connects and opens up to the amphitheater, which is right next to it. One of my main focal systems, which I will get to later on in the presentation, is that I wanted to have a polished concrete radiant heat and floor. So throughout the whole space I have polished concrete, except for right where the children enter at the front. That is a rubber mat so that they can wipe off their feet from outdoor play. There's also a sink there so that they can wash their hands, and there's a shoe cubby and a coat closet for them to put their stuff in. Right next to the coat closet and the shoe cubby is an L-shaped desk with 2 chairs, and that is for the fish reproductive station. Each grade in my site, they have a different task that they will do each semester, and for 6th grade it's fish reproduction. So it's where they are grouped into teams and they get 2 fish and they are able to reproduce from them, and then at the end of the semester they actually release them into the pond. With this floor plan, my idea was I kind of wanted it more open space and flexible so that the children could move around and relocate and, design the floor plan according to what they want. So the 3 clusters of 6 desks, they can actually be taken apart and combined in different ways. I also developed a little reading nook, so it could be kind of, a place where kids want to relax and they can read, or they could collaborate with one another. There's also another collaboration space that I developed, which is right in front of the computer station to the right. So that is another collaboration area. Along the south facade, I have it all glazing so that it helps with my radiant heat and flooring that I'm trying to develop. I believe that's it. You can go to the next slide. So here are 3D views, and it will help get an idea for the exterior of my building. So the top view is the main entrance, and it is where the kids will come in from the playground area, which is where the basketball court is, and all of the other playground equipment. So they come in through there, and then on the south facade is the outdoor classroom. And like I said, I wanted to create an outdoor classroom so that they can, connect with outdoor learning, and also it opens up to the amphitheater, so it's just a different environment for the children. Here on the patio, I created umbrellas so that they are temporary and they can put them down when they aren't using it, and this will actually help with my radiant heat and flooring as well. And I created horizontal louvers along the south facade to help block off some direct sunlight. And there are also light shelves along that glazing, and also along the glazing in the reading nook. And I am using PV panels along my roof, and my goal was to get at least 50% of the energy demand, which I needed at least approximately 30 panels. So I did get that, so that is a plus. And then also you will see a white rectangle along the roof monitor. That is to help direct sun into my roof monitor, which I can get more into in the sections. But along the roof monitor, they're all operable windows, and that is because I want, during the warmer months, I want the heat rises, so I want the heat to be able to get out of the building, especially when it rises. So all of those are operable. And also along the south facade glazing, there are two sliding doors, so they can actually be opened to allow ventilation into the space as well. And also, it can, create a different environment. If they don't want to do outdoor learning, they want to stay inside, but they want the outdoor effect, they can always open the doors for that effect. All the clear stories around the building are operable as well. And I also have a stormwater tank from the roof. It is smaller, and that is because around the site I also have stormwater features, and since this building connects to two other classrooms, the teacher's lounge and the science building, I felt that I didn't need as large of a tank because there will be more tanks located along the building. And I think you can,
Okay.
you can go to the next one.
And Dawn, I want you to move your amphitheater down away from this building, so there's a lot of space there.
Okay.
It's too tight here because a lot of people are going to walk back and forth. So that's easy to change,
Okay.
right? Cool. Okay. Sections?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so these are my longitudinal sections. The top one is if you're looking to the west portion of the building and you're cutting it through the north-south. Here you can see the outdoor learning space with the temporary umbrellas and the horizontal louvers. You can also see the crawl space for the radiant heat and flooring, which I am hoping to get more of a detailed drawing out of either next week or the week after. Also, you can see along the west facade wall is a whiteboard, so there can either be presentations held in this area, or if the teacher wants to show a movie or a lesson is going on, then that whiteboard can be used to project the images that are occurring. Also, within my roof monitor here, you can see a bar with vertical lines, and what that is they are panels to help help direct the sunlight that is coming through those operable windows into the space, and create a more even sunlight, to create more sunlight throughout the space, especially to the back of the building. And I also created that so that it would help with my radiant heat and flooring. I know that by the time the sunlight hits the flooring in the back, it's going to lose a lot of heat, but I feel it'll still help with some of it. So that's another reason why I wanted to create it. You can also see the light shelf that I created along the south facade here. Moving to the image below, it's pretty much the same ideas and systems that I had in the above one, except it's looking to the east facade and it is still being cut through the north and south. You can also see the cutout for the reading nook to the right side. And then here you can also get a clearer image of the beams, and can't really see the light fixtures. You can see them in the above image, but I think that's...
Okay. And Dawn, I want to go back and work with you on your light shelf. I'm not quite sure with all those overhang louvers. We may have to rethink that a bit. I don't know if in your renderings, did you see any effect of the light shelf?
Not really.
Okay. There's probably a lot of reason for that. The only time that shelf would actually bounce is in the winter, because the light has to be so low. So we should talk about whether, we may not need it. We may be deleting it. But that's fine. Let's keep going. This is good. All right, your other sections?
So these are they are looking east to west. The top one is looking at the north facade, which is towards where the children will be entering the space, the main entrance. And It's pretty much showing the same systems as the longitudinal. You can actually on the bottom one, the bottom image, it is looking at the south facade, which you can see all the glazing, and you can get a better idea for the light reflectance panels that I have in the roof monitors. And you can also, as I was saying, you can see how I have a window wall along the south facade there. But like I said, these are pretty much the same systems you saw in the longitudinal.
Okay.
I think you can go to the next one. And then these are just sections of my reading area / nook. There is the transverse and longitudinal. This also demonstrates the crawl space for the radiant heat-in. And along the south facade for the reading area, I have it being a complete window wall with smaller vertical windows, the east facade. And I also made this roof lower than the overall roof, and that is because I wanted it to be more of a intimate area, so that, as I said previously, the kids could come in here and it's kind of more of a quiet but open space, so that they could collaborate or, read or just, do independent work, their choice. You can go to the next slide. So here are some interior perspectives. This one is looking towards the southeast corner, and you can see the reading area along with my window walls / glazing around on the south facade. As I was saying, all those desks can be taken apart and put back together according to how the kids want to interact and collaborate. And then here's also a space for lounge seating that the kids can sit on and interact. Or if there is a presentation going, they can sit here. They can rearrange them according to how they want, so that it's more comfortable for them. You can go to the next one.
Okay, I want to check the spacing of your roof joists. How did you... We might have to have a few more. I got to look at that. So we'll come back to that, okay?
Okay, I think I did... I can double check, but I want to say I did 10 feet.
Well, well, got some news for you. We'll have to... I'm sorry I didn't catch that sooner. We'll have to talk about that. There's some options.
Okay.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's good. I'm glad you put them in, because it makes the conversation start on structure. So good. Okay, this one.
And then this is another interior perspective, and this is looking towards the southwest corner. This is showing the computer area along with the other lounge area that the kids can, as I was saying, they can rearrange if like a movie is going on the whiteboard or a presentation. That was kind of the idea behind that. Here you can also get a better feel for the roof monitor panels for directing the sunlight into the back of the building. Once again, you can also see the window wall along the south facade. And I think that is...
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it for this one. And here are some exterior perspectives so that you can get an eye-level idea of what the building, the sixth grade building, looks like from the amphitheater side. And to the left of the building is the rain garden that is along Kelly Drive. To the right of the building is the amphitheater, like I said, originally is open to the public during certain hours in case, they want to in case the community decides to have some sort of play or, meeting or whatever. That was the idea behind that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can go to the next one. And then these last couple of slides, I just did a couple of sun diagrams because I wanted to see how my building was being affected by the sun, especially since my main system is going to be the radiant heat and flooring. So here are a couple of exterior sun diagrams. You see the summer and winter solstices, and I took them at 9 a.m., noon, and 3 p.m. You can go to the next one. And these are March 21st and September 21st, and once again, I took them at 9 a.m., noon, and 3 p.m. And I also took interior sun diagrams just to see how my floor would be affected from the light coming through the south facade, since that will gain the most sunlight, and also because of my window walls being along the south facade. So here they are March 21st, and the summer solstices, I took them at 9 a.m., noon, and 3 p.m. as well.
Your 9 a.m. should be getting more light, so we should look at that. Oh, you know what? The reading nook might be blocking some low sunlight. So we'll come back and take a look at that. But yeah, this is good. That's the purpose of doing these, is to see if you're actually going to achieve what you think you're going to achieve. And these are?
And these are my the last sun diagrams that I did, and they are representing September 21st and winter solstice at 9 a.m., noon, and 3 p.m.
And your winter, I'm sorry, your September solstice, 9 a.m. is getting a lot more light than your oh, that's summer. I see. I apologize. Let's look at these together, okay? I just want to double check. Make sure they're doing make sure you're getting what you want to get for the heat gain. And then just jumping in here, if you guys who are watching the video or want to come back and learn more about the process that Dawn went through for validation, you could click on these links and see some of the calculations. Dawn, did you want to say anything to wrap up? Oh, yeah. And then for your independent project, Dawn, can you just say a few words about what you're doing for your independent project?
Yeah, what I would like to be focusing on is, like I said, I want to get more of a detailed drawing out of my radiant heat and flooring. I also want to get I want to get my structure figured out. I was also debating upon putting in geothermal.
Yeah, good.
And I can't remember the rest that I was doing.
Okay. And this helps for the reviewers who may want to gear some of their comments to opportunities they see on these. Structure, definitely need to take a look at your structure now that you've got such a good set of drawings. It's pretty easy to see what you're doing. Okay.
Oh, I was saying for geothermal, develop more of a detailed drawing of geothermal and how it's providing energy to the building.
Yeah, and that's going to force you to look at some more mechanical closets and such. So we also should talk about solar hot water heating for your project, since you're really going to be looking at the systems. And we'll work on that over the next couple weeks. But good presentation, very clear, and that's fantastic. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to sign us off.